Should be fascinating.
Well, it's the first time that we have seen this at a major championship. Spanish team go in lane number 2. Of course, this is a mixed team. You have to have 2 male and 2 female swimmers in the team. And Spain, they look strong. Julia Castello-Farri, the S6 swimmer. Richard Uribe next, Teresa Perales and Sebastian Rodriguez. Italy in lane 3. Russia in lane 4. Greece in lane 5. And Ukraine in lane 6. Well, Ukraine, very interesting lineup. They finish with an S8 swimmer. The others pretty much level. Looking at the classes, kind of in the middle range. Remember, you tot up the points for your classification. So if you're an S3, that earns you 3 points. If you're an S4, it earns you 4 points, etc. So the total of your points cannot exceed 20 points. It should be fascinating here. The first time this race has been run at a major championships. The 4x50 meters mixed freestyle relay, 20 points.
Well, expect the Russians to dominate with an early lead here. A male S7 swimmer, Shukarev, is who they are starting with. And he is absolutely powering down the pool. In lane 6, we're going to try and keep across this. Pretty complicated, as you can imagine. It won't start to flatten out, really, until we get to the end, if it does at all.
Shukarev looks like he's going to lead the Russians into the first changeover. He's an S7 swimmer, hands over to the female S3 swimmer. Julia Shusheva is in the water for Russia. Olena Fedota will hand over to Dmitro Vinohradets for Ukraine. They are in second position at the moment. It's very close for third, but it could be the Spanish. Richard Uribe in for Spain. Well, the Russians still leading. Shusheva is just about holding on to that lead. Vinohradets still in second position. Richard Uribe bringing the Spanish back into contention. Ariola Trimi for Italy. 2 champions there side by side on the far side of the pool, but it is still Russia. Lazikin goes in for Russia. And in for Ukraine, it's Olga Sviderska. Can she make any inroads to the Russians? The Spanish are in with Teresa Perales. And in for Italy is Castenato.
Well, Perales really taking the second place and bearing down now on the Russian team in lane number 4. It's Luzinki. Perales, look at her eating up that lead. It really is all going to come down to the final 50. Rodriguez versus Diadrova of Russia.
Well, I think it's got to be that the Spanish team have got to be favourites for this one. Diadrova is in, and she uses that 50 metres underwater for Sebastian Rodriguez coming back for the Spanish team. He's got to be the favourite for this one. And it's Hernenko for the Ukrainian team, the S8 swimmer on the last leg. They will pick up ground, but surely they cannot catch Sebastian Rodriguez for Spain. Rodriguez is coming home for the Spanish team. Hernenko coming back with every stroke, but it's going to be gold to Spain.
Oh, and the silver has been snatched by the Ukrainian team from the Russians.
Silver. Hernenko, the silver for Ukraine. Diadrova just pipped in the closing stages, but Rodriguez takes it for the Spanish team. They take gold, Ukraine the silver, and Russia the bronze.
Well, what an exciting race. The lead changing all the time as teams burn up different amounts of points and use different genders at various places within their relay teams. There we go, big smile.
Theatre of trying not to look at the big screen. Sebastian Rodriguez there with Chiaroni of Italy. Sebastian Rodriguez, well, he's the experienced man. We didn't really know where to look in that relay, did we? It was all over the place in the early stages.
Absolutely, a fantastic race. I really hope it becomes part of the program. Here's Rodriguez coming into the final 5 meters. Incredible stroke turnover, massive power he's got. And there, closest to picture, that was the Ukrainians overhauling the Russians.
Right at the death as well, into the last 5 meters. And Sebastian Rodriguez was clearly ahead. Of course, we haven't got the official result yet. And it's always a nervous wait for the relay teams. They tend to have more disqualifications in relays than anything else because of the changeovers. So let's hope it doesn't affect those medal positions, because it was a great performance by the Spanish team. Sebastian Rodriguez is waving to the crowd at the end of that race.
Well, there's the Spanish team. Absolutely superb way to end the night for them of day 2. Ale, David, obviously Spanish, as you know, Paul.
Yes. Absolutely. Have we got an official result? We do indeed. There is a disqualification. It's the team from Greece. But in the mixed 4x50 freestyle relay, 20 points. Spain become the first European champions. Ukraine the silver and Russia the bronze.